Yes. Are we on?
Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
Omer. How are
Gad.
you?
I'm good.
Great to see you.
Listen, it's the fact that that I have the privilege of talking to you, the guy who is responsible for, the international vegan flag. This is kind of awesome.
Thank you. It's also my honor to speak with you.
So for me to be able to, I'm going to need your advice on a certain idea that I'm trying to promote and I'm trying to push forward. It's kind of a big idea, so let me just dive into the thing. Let me try to explain to you as you know the best way that I can about this idea, because it's kind of complicated. But try to stay with me, okay?
I'm with
Um,
you. Don't worry. I will be happy to hear everything. Yeah.
Great. And after that, I'm gonna need your advice on a certain thing that related to the vegan flag, okay?
Sure. Sounds
Um,
good.
the thing is, basically, let me tell you again, my name is Omer, and I'm a vegan activist for about 10 years. And for the last few years, I wasn't sure about what's the best aspect and the best way to handle vegan activism. And since I came across with the fact that cultured solutions, cultured
Good.
solutions we are creating from the cells from the lab, and we are creating like new way of eating animals. Uh, You know about
Like
that, right?
Beyond Meat.
Not Beyond Meat is a plant based meat.
Okay.
Basically, there's a family of alternative protein, and it is so far we've got only the plant based products that try to mimic, the feeling of real animals. And now there's also like all types of technology that's entering these days, like fermented. We're creating
We've
milk,
felt like the clean meat. Okay, that came from cells. Okay, now I understand. Yeah.
and now there's like actually, yeah, from the cells and from the lab, we are creating meat and the fat cells and meat
Milk.
cells.
Yeah. Also
And
eggs, fish, everything they can produce. Yeah.
yes, and this is coming, and the fact that I got the understanding that this is coming and this is going to give the biggest blow on farm factories, and for us as vegan activists, the fact that we this is going to be like really give the biggest impact. It kind of occupied my mind, and I was constantly thinking about what can we do to maximize this arrival of this phenomenal products. And this is what I've been dealing with. I've Since Corona, I'm a delivery guy. I used to be a photographer and a videographer, and now I'm a delivery guy. I'm just me by myself on the scooter all day, every day. And this is like it messed with my mind. And then I'm listening to music and podcasts, and and there was the Mondial, the soccer international competition, and there's TV shows, all types of things related to culture that took the attention from everybody. And I'm thinking culture solutions is going to come in stages. This is what I understood. In the beginning, we're going to have a little bit of cultured solutions here and there, and then more, and then more, and then more. And for us as vegan activists, basically, I'm sure that in the future, even though it's not here, in the future we can already understand. Everybody knows that it's coming. The fact that the money is being poured into this industry, and so it's real. It's something that is really going to happen. So for us, by knowing that it's going to happen and by thinking about this path, we can try to maximize its arrival by waiting um, for not for everything to be replaced one by one with the animal products and the cultured solutions, but we can see if we can see if only a little bit can already be here as part of our life, like I don't know, in McDonald's or something like that.
Mm.
If there, if our presence is going to be with culture solutions in a little bit in our life, enough for us to say, okay, everybody, you said it, you have to have meat, okay, so here you go, you have a little bit of meat, and basically there is no reason for you to buy anything else. There's no reason for you to continue to consume it. But what I project, and that's the issue here, that even after we're gonna have a little bit of cultured solutions, we're gonna have the rest of culture trying to prolong the continuing uh, um, purchasing and existing of animal products everywhere all the time, and the companies, the factories that deal with the animals themselves, when culture solutions are going to be competing them, they're going to start to make the most out to try to make everybody stay and continue to consume all the animals themselves. And there's going to be a conflict. There's going to be like a culture, um, struggle.
Right. Yeah.
This is what us as vegan activists are gonna find. And for us, as for now, we've been asking from the individual to try to be vegan or even vegetarian or reduce anything that try to avoid animal products as much as possible. And now we're going to have this new actor of actual meat. And this, instead of continuing asking for the individual to avoid animal products as an individual, I formed up a plan, a new idea of why don't we ask for a country to do that in a one big plan. I think that we should all gather up, all of us as vegan activists, not in a certain country, but in the world,
Worldwide.
and kind of creating like a platform of a competition between us to check which country can be the first to see if the culture solution can be enough for us to demand for to eradicate all animal products all together, all at once. It's a new concept, but I think that if all of us as vegans can start demanding it, even before the arrival of these products, we can actually start creating an impact, real impact on the farm factories.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that basically today. There's a vegan camp out near London every year in July. I was thinking maybe to go last year to these festivals because I wanted to try to talk to the vegan activists about what can we do about this arrival of these culture solutions. And I didn't go. And since then, I felt like a miss. I think like I'm late in this idea. So basically, there's this year I made myself a resolution. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go, and I bought the ticket, and I'm going to this festival. It's gonna happen on July 27th this year, and I'm preparing myself to go there. Up until now, you're with me?
Yes.
Okay. So what is this idea? Basically, it's a competition, an international competition. And
between vegans, only between activist vegans around the world, right?
The core of the core will be vegan activists, and the competition is for us to call upon the meat eaters and the animal product eaters around the world. Each country will try to call for them to join us, vegans of that country, to promote this idea of making a big plan to eradicate all animal culture products all together, all at once. This is a competition. Which country is going to lead forward in getting as many people on board on this idea? This game
and how it can measured by how you can measure which country is like more successfully in implementing these solutions?
We should form up the rules of this competition, basically
Mm-hmm.
us together. But it is going to be combination of the number of people that are going to be joining in, and the percentage of the people according to the number of its in the population.
Okay.
Because a small country and a big country, it's different. So there's going to be like a percentage comparison, and each country will, and each year there's going to be like 3 major campaigns. Everything has to be like budget, you know, it has to be a proper competition. And each year there's going to be at least 3, in my mind, 3 major campaigns. And we're going to make videos. So every time 3 countries will be competing each other in creating trying to create a viral campaign, like a song that is connected from Disney character or something like that. And each country will need to make the most, and it's gonna be measured about how great the impact of this campaign in each country, how, the success of the impact of it. You know, and it will all be edited in one video that will run between the 3 countries, and it's going to be very viral and very interesting to see which country did the most, you know, or maybe to reach to influencers or, you know, VIP persons, or I don't know, actors and stuff. Anything that will attract the attention to the arrival of these phenomenal products. That's the thing. Every time, just to try to hijack things from our collective culture into the game, into the competition. Every year, a different topic. Superheroes, international songs, international, you know, Disney characters, anything that everybody knows about, you know, we can compare it. So there's going to be like a system of points, and every year on International Vegan Day on November 1st, we can gather up together all the nations that are competing and check and do like a summary and do like a celebration of what happened that year. And we just need to make culture, event, to hijack anything that related to culture, instead of having this thing attract people away from this arrival. We need to make them go into this competition and make it interesting. This is the way that we can act as vegan activists, in the form of a way that the classical companies that deal with this arrival, they can't, you know, what they can only do the regular marketing thing.
I got you. I have something to say about that exactly. About 6 or 7 years ago, when I started my activism, and I had a discussion in the street with people that went in, like that I met in the street, and they asked me about the exhibition that we did, or about the pictures that we're showing, what they can do, what they can eat if it's not eating meat or eating eggs. So I told them that they can eat like all the substitutes, like lentils and stuff like that, and told me, but it's not really food. Like I need to get protein. So a few years later, we introduced by new products like Beyond Meat, Sensational, and many others that are in higher level of protein and taste and texture and everything. So now the cultured meat, the clean meat, going to be the perfect substitute, let's say. And it's not substitute, it's like the exact thing without suffer. And now I think all activists will have the greatest tool in their hand. They can just say, you want to go vegan, your only concern is about your diet and your food, and how you can continue to live and not die from protein deficiency. So there's a new solution called clean meat. It probably will going to be at the same price, more or less, of the murdered animal. So give it a try. But how exactly we can give them the opportunity to test it? So my opinion is that you and this project should be a collaborative with those companies, and it will be win-win situation for both of you, like the activists and the company that produce these products. As you said, they need to find a way to promote it through like advertisement and to
they're going to do their own
לשכנע, איך אומרים לשכנע?
convince. They're going to try to convince.
To convince someone that it's healthy and even healthier than meat from an animal. So they will need to invest a lot of money in that. And with our help, the activists, we can promote it for them, but actually we are directing the population to eat better food because it's actually a better food. So yeah, I think any way that can help even period starting that before it starts to go to the market, and you starting I think in the right moment to build this project and be ready for the moment that they will be in the stores. So everyone will know about it and will wait for it, because currently many people don't know, especially vegans. They know, okay, they know because they're into, they trying to find a new solutions for them. But people that like never heard, I still know people that don't know what is veganism, what is a plant-based diet. It's new for them. So giving them the ultimate solution, it will be like phenomenal, as you said before.
Yes, and it's gonna come. And I know that us as vegans, without this type of plan of this competition, we're still gonna have a lot of work to do, and we're gonna try to maximize the arrival of this new actor, and try to make the most of continue to convincing the individual to stay away from animal products. Now he has an even better, if the best reasons not to buy them. But alongside of that, of asking the individual to stay away, I feel that we can do even better. We can push things. We can make the demand for the best impact possible, because it's going to come in stages, and we can demand for the fact that this is not just another option on the shelf for them to offer. We can ask them to help us promote the ultimate idea, the ultimate solution. The fact that we don't have to wait until all these products are going to be replaced by the cultured ones, because it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort. And all this time, if we can spare it, if we can make the farm factories disappear even sooner, as soon as possible, because the whole angle of this competition basically is based on the ecological angle. You know, the fact that time is not on our side. That as the fastest we can make the farm factories go away, the best. You know, right. So it's not enough for us to work with the thing. That's what I think. It's not enough. We can push things even further, especially us as vegan activists. We can demand for things to be fixed way sooner, way faster. That's okay, the reason. Yeah. And if as long as we can shorten that gap of not needing to wait until all these products will be in the market, but only 10% of it, for example, we should demand that. We can spare all this time for the planet not to need to be, not to suffer from the still existing. Now, the thing is that even after these, the little bit of these cultured solutions will be here, our culture in Israel, we got traditions, we got things related to religion and mitzvahs, and we have the animal themselves as part of the things that we are doing, and I assume that this is going to prolong the switching process. Culture will still, people won't move everything to the culture solution. They might start eating culture solution, but still they're going to continue to consume all the other products, as because they're going to see they're still going to see commercials, and the things that their habits, it's going to be hard for them to change, and they wouldn't want to do wouldn't want to what about all the companies and all the people that deals with the animal products themselves? What about their livelihood, their businesses? You don't want to have them suffer, so you're still gonna continue, and everything is still going to be too much, too long, too much time. That's the thing. And if we already know that, we should address that in advance and ask for the best solution for that as soon as possible. If everything is known, and we know that this is the projection, that this is going to happen, that eventually all the everything will be replaced by the cultured solution. That's the future. So if we know that this future is going to come eventually, so all these difficulties of transitions that we don't know about them yet, but we know that all of these difficulties are going to be solved one way or another, why don't we try to solve this as soon as possible, all together, all at once, and in this international competition? Because through this competition, we can create a national pride, national will for our country to do it better than any other country that also is going to need to address all these problems. And this competition basically is to gather the citizens, the earthlingers, not from above, not from the government, from us, from the people.
Yes.
Try to reach to a certain person who says that he already understands about this coming of this culture solution. And once you're going to present him the alternative culture solution from the animal, he will choose the alternative because he doesn't want to take part in the animal suffering, and he understands the ecological impact. He understands it all, But we can tell him, okay, so can you join us in an idea to minimize the variety, not to have everything, but to have as little as possible, but still it's going to be enough for us as a country to be able to eat meat and cheese and eggs and fish and all that, maybe in a little smaller portions, maybe in smaller variety, but it is an option that we should do. We should act upon this type of scenario rather than just waiting for everything just to be replaced and all that. So the competition to gather the attention of a certain earthlinger, of that country, is to ask him, do you think that this competition such as this should exist? After you tell him about it, so after he said, yes, I understand. The second stage, you feel that your country should win. And if he says yes, okay.
Obviously,
so
yeah.
The third part is to step outside of your comfort zone and to help grabbing attention to the competition and to your country getting more points in this competition by dressing up is in a certain uniform of this competition.
Like your shirt?
No, the shirt is just culture solution is to present the arrivals, the topic, the subject. But it's not. It's called to dragon up. To put I'll just show you. To put a mask of a dragon, that
Okay.
represent the phenomenality, the beyond, that it's not just an ordinary food,
Fantasy world.
and to put a flag of your own nation as a robe. Let me just show you.
Okay.
And this is the reason that I'm going to ask you
Interesting.
about how to connect the vegan flag in a certain way to this uniform. Basically, it's these two things. It's a
Yes.
dragon mask that I just bought in the internet. It's cheap. It's a regular one. So you see, this is
Whoa.
dragon,
Fully
and you can
detailed. Wow. Okay.
just put it here. That's it. And your nation's flag. I'm from Israel, so this is
Oh, it's a huge flag you got there.
it's a huge flag. I think maybe it can be a bit smaller, but for that matter, that's the thing. To put this is called to drag it up. We're gonna ask people if they want to take part in this competition, and by
Yes.
that, they're gonna create a video of them taking a photo or a video of them expressing their will to make their own country get more points and to promote this attraction to this idea of this competition. That's the dragon up. You see, and basically that's the basic of this competition, to create a video. Another form of stepping out of your comfort zone is all it took all types of things from culture, and another one thing from culture is methods of dealing with addiction. Addiction. Basically, the thing is for me that I feel that I can talk. I'm telling someone, okay, if you want to be vegan and go in your life, putting aside all types of temptations, even though culture and the surroundings and commercials and TV shows and family and holidays and everything just asking you constantly if you want to continue and consume animals. So if you have the unit, if you feel like you have it in you to be like a vegan, to stay away and to be focused and to be committed to the animals and all that, to the idea, you can go along your life as vegans, as a vegan. That's nice. That's okay. That's good. But besides that, this competition is going to tell you, other than that, you should asking you to be vegan is basically can be compared to asking a heavy smoker to quit smoking, even though he understands that he doesn't want
Right.
to smoke.
Yeah.
And vegan activists show him his black lungs. Okay, and he understands, but he still wants to smoke, and everybody's trying to push him into continue smoking, and the whole culture is trying to get him addicted again. So in that matter, the way to compare it is to tell him, don't go vegan. You basically do whatever you want. You should go vegan, but for that matter, don't go vegan. But at least step into the stages of dealing with addictions. You have 12 steps. The first step is to own it, to acknowledge, yes, I understand the addiction part of this. So I'm going to make a video on my phone. And I said, okay, I'm stepping into the step one. I acknowledge my existence, my addiction. Basically, in the end of this video, I'm going to eat a steak. But look
Oh,
at me. I'm dragging it up. I'm putting this dragon mask and I'm putting this nation flag of my own because I'm proud of this flag and I think that we should win it. And here you go. Count me in this competition and I'm in. So good luck for everybody. If all the nation, if 90% of our country is gonna be willing to do this big plan of eradicating all animal products altogether all at once, the sooner the possible when we have the chance, I'm in it. I'm for it. Good luck. That's it. Peace off. That's and that way his country will get points this in this certain year. That's it.
Okay.
You
So
know,
he's not vegan, but he's participating in a vegan in
in the future concept of creating a vegan, an animal products free zone, like his whole country should be basically like a one giant rehabilitation village. We don't want to be tempted. We don't want anything related to animal products. Everywhere that we will go, any supermarket, any store, anything will be shifted only with cultured solutions. We don't want to be tempted. Don't tempt us. And this whole thing, it's like a humongous idea. It's a big project, you know, for a whole country to do this type of thing. But it is tangible. It is real. And the fact that it's real, it should be in our own mouths as a real suggestion, you know, as a real something that we should call upon to do. And because it's going to take so much time for this type of a plan to become, we shouldn't be waiting. We should start asking for the preparation of this type of plan as soon as possible. I'm from Israel. How would Israel act if it chose in the future, sometimes in the future, to eradicate all these products? Which companies should be compensated? Which educational program, according to, you know, to the communities, to the elders, to the parents, to the soldiers, to everything? It's like a giant plan of a country to do. So this is something that we should demand for this type of plan to start being built up. And this whole thing is part of this competition. Which country is reaching in the next 5, 10, 15 years? It's a long journey now. It's just beginning, you know.
Mhm.
But in a few years, yes, this should be part of the thing, part of the options that we should have, not just for the individual to be vegan or to eat only the culture, but as a whole, as a country. And this is part of the competition. And for me, I feel that I need to grab the attention of the vegan activists in the world for this idea. You understand this whole thing? Why I'm dragging up? Why I'm standing like that? And why I'm thinking? I think that all of us as vegans should join into this effort, because if all the vegans will start getting celebrate about the coming the upcoming cultural solutions, the celebration itself is activism, because this way we don't even need to start explaining why meat is bad and why you should stop eating meat. This is the vegan activism 2.0, you know.
Yes.
We can put aside all the need to explain about the problems, all that. We don't. We already know that cultural solutions are coming. It's a fact. We should be rejoicing about their arrival even before their arrival, just by understanding that they arrived, you know?
Mhm.
So this is basically for us to call upon all the meat eaters to join in for the creation of this big plan. But there should be a separation between meat eaters and vegans who are dragging it up. So I thought that vegans should implement in this mask in a certain way the vegan flag. Now I got this. You know, everything is like in the
The
Ali.
Independence Day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
and I
this is
got
from
this.
China. Wow.
Yeah,
So buying Israeli product from China.
everybody is just, yeah. You know, I'm just having a day to day. Everybody can gather
Mhm.
that. But I bought it from Israel, but I want to replace the Israel flag
Yes.
with the vegan flag. It may be connected here between the eyes. It should be, the vegan flag should somehow be
be on the
somehow.
mask or be on the flag. So maybe it can be like a tag, because like you have in the army or in the scouts where they have like a
Like
reward.
a badge.
Yeah. I think it
I
makes
think
more sense to have it not covering the dragon, because the dragon is the element by itself, and
yes.
covering it and modifying it, I think it's too complicated also for like if you want to reach to everyone so everyone can so one question I have, how people can get those, like the flag and I know the flag they can buy in their local store because it's their own country. But the mask, you said that it's a cheap mask that can be bought everywhere. Uh,
Hmm.
and it can be a different dragon, right? It shouldn't be like this specific product.
Different color, I guess. Or
Yeah,
yeah, this is the most generic dragon that I found.
yeah,
Maybe there
but
are other.
let's say this one is made of plastic and it's causes pollution. So maybe someone wants to create his own mask or print it on paper and just to symbolize the dragon. Can he do that? It's something that it can be done. We need to
Yes,
think on all scenarios because some users, some not users, I working with users, but some people will want to a different variant of this, like using a printed or on
I
paper.
think that basically once this competition is going to be on, then part of the way to help finance it
Mm-hmm.
can be merch. You know, we're I know that the whole plastic industry is a whole different problem, and this showed this the holistic way for all of this is um, to be recycled and all that. I know, but
Right.
still, as a real competition, um, I presume that it's going to have its own merch. But besides that, before that, everybody should dragon up by getting themselves a dragon mask
Yes.
in each and every way that they can. That's this is like great mask that I think of. It's pretty cheap. It's like a couple of dollars, and their own flag.
Right.
Now, um, for the vegan flag, it's either to maybe in the future it will be implemented in the mask itself.
That
That you need.
sounds more, yeah, more, this makes more sense to have it like part of the mask. Like you will
Yes,
have maybe colors of mask, like in the progress of the one that wearing it, and the highest will be the vegan with the vegan flag.
yeah, actually, yeah, the mask can represent the stage that you are in the process of as as an individual by yourself. Beside, um, but the whole thing is for basically for meat eaters to continue on with their lives, not to have them being. Um, we understand the fact that you are walking as a heavy drunker, and you know that you should stop drinking, but everybody just you're in a one giant frat party that everybody just drink all the time. So to ask you to be sober while everybody drinks, this is this is between you and your you know your moral ideas. Us as vegans, we know what's the proper thing to do, but not that's not the point. If you want to help creating the ultimate plan, dragon up, put that mask, you know, and you should it can implement the way that you the stage that you are on, maybe a reducitarianist or vegetarianist or pescatarian, you know,
But
all
it's
these
not
stages.
only a diet. It's not only a diet. Veganism, it's not a plant-based. We have a plant-based that I'm plant-based, but I'm also a vegan because I'm educate others. I'm trying to make everyone to be vegan.
You're
So,
an activist. You can you have also vegans who are like quiet and won't say a thing, but still they are vegan. You have vegans for the animals. You have vegans for the planet. You have vegans for their own health. And
in my opinion,
everyone,
vegan shouldn't be silent. It should be speak
I agree with you.
for his um, for his way of life. But let's say someone stop eating meat, eggs, and dairy and honey and everything, not because the animals, because he has like blood issues. So is he a vegan? I think not. He's a
He's a
plant-based.
vegan.
It's
He's not
like
vegan
he's trying a
activist.
diet, and maybe he will do that diet until he die. But he is not vegan because it's not following the
Ideology.
yes.
Basically,
Veganism is ideology. It's a movement. It's so maybe we can like shift it to the um to the
the
flow.
social justice.
Yes, make it more like based on yeah, involving into this competition, not only what I'm eat, but also how I can participate in like
Making a
helping
change.
others, volunteer in places, for the animals, for humanity, for the planet. Um, and only then,
Yes,
in my opinion, it would be like a vegan project and not a
you know that
dietary project.
culture. You know that cultured solutions basically
Yes.
their their upcoming is gonna kind of split the idea, the concept of veganism, because once it comes, people who are connected to veganism as a plant-based eaters, as people will say, just eat the plants, they will say you don't need the animals and you don't need all this, technology of cultured solutions. It's just another thing that is distracting. Let's just eat plants. So this is the definition of one side of the definition of veganism. And the other side, which basically I'm more connected to, is the cageless, the free all the animals, stop bringing them into existence in the first place. And if cultured solutions that are coming are going to be the biggest blow of these farm factories, we should be, we should, we should stand behind them with pom-poms celebrating their arrival, and we should do everything that we can to promote them and not to say that they are an excuse of something else.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know if you know my story, how I became vegan. It started,
no.
actually, my wife went vegan, like activist from day one. But
Okay.
for me, it took a bit while. Like after a few months, I tested my blood and I saw that I have high cholesterol. And then my wife told me, stop eating cholesterol, and that way you will not have higher cholesterol in your blood. So I tried it for 3 months, and then I saw that everything went normal. I don't have like in 3 months, I got good results for my blood test. But I still wasn't vegan because I knew that I just plant eater. I'm not a meat eater anymore. But from that moment, it helped me to open my eyes and say, okay, I can live on vegetables. It's okay for me. I don't have the urge to go and eat meat now. And now I can focus on how I can help others with this uh, cholesterol problem, maybe, and to fix themselves. And on the way, I can learn more about animals and if they actually suffer from this industry or not. And then I went to a sanctuary farm to see animals, and we saw animals that I never saw in my life. For example, pigs or chickens for the industry. I never saw something like that, like huge white chickens that should be like about 1.2 kilos per chick. They weigh like 5 to 7 kilos. And I never saw something like that. It's like it was more like it was like if I never saw a pig before, to see a chicken like that, and I grown chicken by myself when I was a kid, this was terrifying for myself to see something like that. Uh, and I also learned about fishes and how they live, how they produce them. And from that moment, I became vegan. Okay, so I was plant-based for about few months, and then I moved to be vegan. So I believe that this is also a flow where where someone can start as a plant-based, and then he can open his eyes and learn everything and become a vegan and have a
So
compassion. I haven't.
you're
What?
you're differentiating the definition of plant-based, which is someone who wants to be healthy, and for that just understand that he should eat only plants, and vegan, and you put the vegan the activism
Not
in
just that,
into
it's the compassion. I didn't have any compassion to animals. Okay, so I always
plant.
thought, yeah, I can take a chicken and cut it with my hands, but
Yeah,
actually I cannot do that.
yeah.
Okay, it's I can't.
Okay, so you put veganism
This is how I talk.
on
This is
animal.
how my friends discussed about animals. It was like um, crazy thinkings about animals, how easily we can harm them and stuff like that. When someone said that, yeah, I'm a meat eater, I can drink the blood from the animal directly from his neck or something like that. I heard a lot as a child, uh, and it's like it was normal, like normal discussions about animals and how I love meat and how easy I am predator, I can jump on an animal and kill it, and because I'm a man, but
Yes,
everything is
part of
wrong. No one can take like for example a rabbit and eat it alive. Okay, like a lion, you cannot. You don't have the teeth for it, and so obviously it's not something that I can think of now when I'm vegan, that it's something that I could done in the past. So it was wrong, definitely wrong ideas. So if I now an activist, is because I understand what others still talking about. Like they talking about how they need to eat meat, but I know that it's a lie. They lie to
that.
us the whole time.
This is the process that we, us as vegans, went through, and we went through the stages further and further, and now we understood. We kind of got ourselves sober, and only this is another good example of why we should implement to this competition the addiction terminology. Because after we get sober, people, someone who was heavy drunk, only after he got clean, and only then he can look back upon the things that he done, the things that he let himself go through, and and uh, and and the things that he did is as part of his addiction. The addicted people, drunk people, only after they this is just another example. Only after they got sober, they start to understand about what they did to their children, how they were making them afraid of their tantrum when they were drunk, and only then they can start being sorry, really sorry about the things that they did. It's the comparison between an addictive behavior, not not necessarily as meat, as animal products, because this doesn't have the social effect like that, but it still has, like, as a culture as a whole, we put aside things that we don't want to, we hide them from our consciousness, the things that are being done, and we have like a collective secret that no one is talking about. And this whole thing is still, it's like basically a heavy addicted group of people being in their own culture of pushing them to continue this addiction on and on and on and on. That's the reason that the compare, and it was interesting for me to hear about the way that you were. You're
I
right. I was vegetarian for 6 months, and I started because I got upset about the meat, that I wanted cheap meat, and I understood that the fact that I'm eating very cheap meat is only because it's being heavily spiced, put all of herbs and all that, and it is probably like a day before it's being too rotten for it to even be able to be eaten. You know, that's why it's so cheap.
Mm.
Otherwise, I couldn't afford the proper meat, not on a daily basis, that's for sure. So I ate
Thanks.
the cheap
Yeah.
meat, and I felt like I'm being manipulated, and you know the industry is being like trying to save the meat, and this is the thing that I got myself into my own body, you know. So I got upset about that. It's a whole thing. Maybe it's a new video that
Yeah, I
I'd
think
like.
sausages, for example, is like the best example because everyone eats sausages. And when I moved to eat a vegan sausages, I always telling my mother that she's very nervous about eating sausages because it's the worst food ever for her. This is how she thinks. And when I started to eat vegan sausages, she told me, "Why are you eating it? It's something like other." But I'm telling her, "But listen, it's a pure vegetable, nothing bad in it." So after a while, she also tried it, and she told me that it's actually not so bad and it tasted good, and it's actually not so bad food in terms of
But
vitamin.
besides the individuals, us as individuals trying to impact our own surrounding, you know, the problem with veganism is not just by giving the people the knowledge, because many people already have the knowledge of why they should be vegan, but they don't have the patience to deal with it on a daily basis. They don't have the will to go against their own family and their whole community and all that. They want to they want to take part in the holidays that everybody takes. They want to continue to do good with the Lord by saying the proper doing the proper mitzvahs. And for us, basically, like, you know, like we have in the beginning of the year in Rosh Hashanah, when we celebrate that we should be the head and not the tail. So we take a fish and kill it and cut its head and put it on the plate. And this is the thing that we feel that it's the most proper way for us to do this will of us. But now we're going to have cultured solutions. It's going to have a certain fish, and I I feel that people will still take that fish and suffocate and make it kill it and cut it and put it on the plate, because culture is gonna make them say, okay, well, it's been done for since forever. Why should I be the one who break the chain of this tradition just because, you know? And we're gonna come across with culture, instead of being helpful for us to heal the planet through cultural solutions. Culture will make it prolong, will make it more difficult for us to heal the planet, you know, our own culture, that the things that we feel that are has good values in the matter of tikkun olam and all of the ecological crisis that we're on. It's going to be a problem, you know. That's the reason that I feel that this competition should address this culture as a whole, and each country has its own cultural habits,
Right.
but but we all have the same psychological way of addressing it, you know. Each country is a different animal and different ceremonies, but it's the same path that everybody deals with. That's the way. That's how that's why we should compare the progress of demanding this big plan. I'm going back to the competition.
Yeah. אני צריך לסגור, כאילו, אני צריך עוד מעט...
Okay, so let's wrap it up. Okay, basically, I would want you, if you can send me um, um, not a vertical
okay.
vegan flag, okay?
Yeah.
Because I think that it should be here, unless maybe in the future it will be implemented inside the mask or something like that. But as for now, I need this type of thing
Can
to
you
be
rotate it? Can you rotate it to be horizontal?
yes, but I don't. see how I can put
No,
it in.
rotate the flag on the wristband.
No, it doesn't turn.
It's not moving.
It's
It's not.
fixed. It's glued in. And I
Uh,
think that the I think that the vertical version has it is connected to the concept of these flags, this whole concept of middle age
no, I see. Yeah.
concept. Because this competition is basically we're taking and bringing dragons, and I'm bringing the concept of a Game of Thrones concept. Like
Yes.
the series. So we
I
are
haven't seen it, but I know that it's everyone know about it. Yes.
So yeah, that's why I think that this should be vertical. Yeah, so it's the game of the name of this game, this competition is Game of Thrones, World of Addictions. Which country will be the first to reach the ultimate animal sacrifice and basically leave all the animals? We are going to do the sacrifice. We are going to leave all animal kingdom alone, all together, all at once in an initiative plan, not letting it be done and taking the whole time for it to happen. No, we want to do this. This is something so meaningful. We should try to ask to do that willingly and proactive, and making a plan and
Yes.
do it properly and as soon as possible and as a nation. And if there is a comparison, we from Israel should win this competition. And now it brings me back to the values of the nation's flag, because we are Zionism, we are Zionists, we have Judaism, we are a startup nation. Each country would look upon its flag and try to bring its own values as a reason to reach forward and be the first nation to make that plan. That's the concept. Okay.
Yeah, each
So
country has its own traditions that can be part of the promoting veganism and through the cultural yeah,
through
understand.
the arrival of
So
culture
we
solutions.
have our own traditions like the as you said mitzvahs, and we have like many compassionate mitzvahs in our Torah that we need to follow, the religion one, and also some from the country, like we compassion is something that it's related for both for the religion and the country. So
I think that basically we are, us as Israelis, we are Zionists. We just created a country. We revived a language. The Hebrew language was dormant. We revived it. We made it like in the Middle East. We are a miracle, basically. We've done it because we were all together in this one big idea. We didn't eat much. We didn't have that much of variety. Food was enough. So this concept was in Zionism happened because we were all in it together in one big idea, and
united, yeah,
this is something that can be done again in
in
this
every
competition.
country.
And every country, the Americans is going to come. I don't know. Each country should go upon their own values. I'm sure that Americans
Everyone
have
know their own values and they will follow them.
patriotism and their own. I don't know. Each country,
Like that in the Eurovision, every country has its own style, tradition, things
yes,
like that, and they bringing it to the table, and everyone enjoying it, like so we can
yes,
learn from each other. It's great.
right. Each country has its own. They feel that they are the best, and they feel that they are the best. Okay, so let's test which country is really the best. Which country's value matters more.
So
Make the
it's
most
going to be
impact.
like a type of new sport.
Yes, it's like you have the Eurovision Song Contest, and you have the sports and the Olympics and all that,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have the competition upon the arrival of these cultural solutions. Which country will be the first to lead to lean upon these cultural solutions and make a plan to eradicate. It's going to be 3 stages of this competition. The forming up the will to create that plan. It's going to take years and years. And to gather attention for this making of that plan. The second stage is this: ready, set, go. Ready, get ready, set. Let's create that plan and pass it on in Parliament. It's going to be also, we're going to compare plans between countries. Which plan should be, or should we do like what the Netherlands are planning? You know, everything is like, everything is comparing, you know? So that's the second stage. And the third stage is go. Let's make that plan. It's going to be a several year of a plan, each year to eradicate a different animal. I don't know. But we don't need to think about it in this stage. At this stage, we're on the ready, get ready stage. That's it. And I'm going to go to this festival. I'm going to bring a suitcase, bring with 50 flags, different
Really?
flags, different
Oh,
nations, 50 dragon masks, and 50 vegan flags. This thing, and I'm going to try to go. I'm going to go to the activists there. I'm going to try to tell them the story about, let's form this plan, this competition, and with them, the idea is for me to make them understand that this is what we all should do. And by next year festival, as far as I'm concerned, all the people that are coming there should come already dragging up with their dragon uniforms. And only then we can go up to the investors and for them to see, okay, something really is happening here. Let's do this competition. You know, that's the stages, and it's going to take time, but
I hope it will work. Yeah, it sounds good.
it has to work. It's wonderful. It's what's gonna make the industry, the animal industry, start to sweat and start to be uncomfortable.
I think
Even
they're
before
already sweating, I will tell you.
and
I
they're not
definitely.
sweating enough, you know, that it's not sweating yet because it's not here yet. And, you know, it's going to take time. The projections are going to only by 2030, only 10% of protein consumption will be from the alternative family, you know. There's going to have time. No, but we can make them sweat sooner, you know. But it
Yes,
only depends on all the vegans, you
together.
know, joining in. It has to be like big thing. It has to be like all of us vegans should do that together. Only that way it will work. That's what I believe, and that's my effort. So, okay, send me the. What do you think? You got the idea, basically.
Yes.
I do.
I have now a vision to see it like in few years from now, like everyone like participating in it from the whole world, like with the power of their country, they believe in their country and like it it will look like it will be a competition like uh, fighting, but it's actually uniting us for this cause. So
Yes,
yeah, sounds good.
it's a, yes. That's the thing. That's the plan. It's a huge plan, but I'm just going with it. You know.
And I know that you are professional, that you did great things in the past. So this one probably will be
You
another
know,
one that works
like you, basically, veganism is kind of bringing us,
to
making
be
us do things that
innovative. Yeah.
yes, we wouldn't have done it before. That's the thing. We should all be like the best version of ourselves and be, you know, and to do the most. That's the reason that we are putting costumes upon ourselves in order to do the proper thing. That's
Okay.
the idea. Great. Okay, great
So I
talking
will
to
send you
you.
the flag and you can continue from
I'll keep you
there.
posted. I'll keep you updated upon the what's going on. I'm going to try to make as many films and document myself as much as possible in this
So
journey.
I will follow.
Interesting. Like I'm in my mind, I'm like in one giant adventure.
When in July?
27th.
Oh, end of July. Okay.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Thank you. God.
Thank you. Have a
Take
great
care.
day. Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.